Okay, I can also tell you at this point that sources seem to suggest that these are ballistic missiles that have been used in some of the locations. Kamaljeet, can you get us more on that at this point? What are your sources telling you? Looking at these videos, does it seem like ballistic missiles have also been used by India now to hit some of these air bases?
Well, what the information coming in is, it does suggest that the Pakistani Army Fateh-1 long-range surface-to-surface missile has been successfully intercepted by India. The Barak 8 missile defense system over Sirsa. This is the information which is really coming in at this point of time. There's also information about hearing of certain blasts in hinterland as well. But remember, the provocation has come in from Pakistan side, and there is a suggestion that this could be a ballistic missile. This is, remember, not an official confirmation just yet. This is what our sources are indicating to us. And remember, this is going to be not just a long night, but a very long morning as well, because a huge provocation has come in from Pakistan, and India has hit back, especially to the threats coming in. And what we heard is explosions happening here in India first, and then a retaliation of sorts.
Okay, so this is, of course, something we'll await a confirmation on, but we understand that looking at the videos, and this is something that our reporters also have been telling us, our defense team is looking at these videos and telling us that the possibility of this actually being a ballistic missile is possible, especially looking at that one particular video shot by a local, in which you can hear the sound, the whoosh of a missile, and then the explosion that happens. All of this suggesting that they could have also been a ballistic missile used. There are a string of videos that are now emerging. But again, to run you through the locations that have been hit, this is the Noor airbase in Rawalpindi. The Pak Army headquarters, the staff headquarters in Rawalpindi has been hit. So 2 locations in the army headquarters of Pakistan in Rawalpindi. And then in Lahore too, we understand that we see one particular army establishment that's been targeted. The information we have based on our sources is that in Lahore, it's the 10th, it's where the 10th and 11th division is based. And that's why you're seeing clear targeting of these military establishments. Now in Sialkot, we understand that assets of the Pak 15th division were even activated to move to battle locations. So Kamaljeet, can you just tell us about that too, of what happened in Sialkot, where hours ago, actually, by about 12 a.m., we did get some reports of some counter-strikes by India there, but we understand that there was some movement in the sense that Pakistan fighter jets also started scrambling, looking at what's happening in Sialkot, because there too, it was a military establishment that was essentially targeted in our counter-strike. So hours ago is when actually our response to Pakistan's drone provocation started.
Well, absolutely. Multiple explosions being heard in different air bases, especially the Noor Air Base, which is the Pakistan Air Force, in Rawalpindi, the headquarters of Pakistan Army. And remember, this is a huge reaction coming in from India. There is obviously information coming about the Noor Air Base currently under attack by India. And there is a huge surprise coming in for the Pakistan civilian as a military. And remember, what we've also been indicated is that the DGISDR has had an emergency sort of a meeting, and they have confirmed that India has launched missiles, especially on 3 Pakistan air bases. That's Noor Khan Air Base, then the Murid Air Base, and also the Shorkat Air Base. And this is huge coming in, especially after the provocation. And remember, this all started after the Pahalgam terror attack on April 22nd, where 26 civilians were killed. And this is where what we know is there have been safe havens, but not only has Pakistan not only reacted in terms of provocation against India, there's been no action either on the terror launch pad. Meanwhile, what we've seen is these escalatory comments coming in from Pakistani leaders, and what we know is that India has been left with no option but to strike, especially in the heart, especially at air bases, because remember, this is where the aggressive drones were coming in, and it was only writing on the wall that perhaps what Pakistani leaders were indicating would be an aggressive stand against India.
Okay, Kamalji, just getting us those details, just for our viewers again, to put what we have in context, I want to just highlight again the locations that have been hit. Now, I can confirm for you that in Rawalpindi, it was 2 locations. One is the Noor Khan Airbase, the Pakistani airbase in Rawalpindi. Second is the Army Staff Headquarters. The Army Staff Headquarters in Chaklala Cantonment of Rawalpindi has been targeted. 2 locations in Rawalpindi. Then in Jhang of Punjab, province of Pakistan, the Rafiji airbase has been hit as well with a clear targeted strike by India. And then in Lahore, the information we have is that the army set up their houses. The 10th and 11th division has also been hit. And the reason our sources tell us, Kamaljeet, that we're seeing clearly by our forces, those counter strikes targeting particularly Lahore, is because of the manner in which we saw in the last few hours of those attempted drone strikes by Pakistan, the manner in which Pakistan went after Amritsar. Now, we've drawn the line at targeting civilian establishments. Pakistan very clearly did that too. But having said that, we are also hitting back at Lahore because of how Pakistan constantly is trying to target our bases in Amritsar.
Definitely, the provocation coming in from Pakistan is big, especially in regards to Amritsar. Even an attempted missile being thrown on, especially in Sirsa, which is in hinterland. What we know is now there is this confirmation coming in that multiple air bases.
Stay with me, big news break that's coming in with counter strikes by India. Pakistan has closed off its airspace. We're getting that confirmation right now. Remember that Pakistan, even through the drone strikes that it was attempting to fire at India, kept its airspace open, used civilian aircraft as a shield to ensure the IAF cannot hit back. We found a way through it. We showed maximum restraint to ensure civilian aircraft is not targeted. But now, finally, when you have these kind of counter strikes where the Pakistan Army, the Air Force bases are being targeted, they're being forced to go ahead and close their airspace. So that big update also coming in right now that Pakistan has closed its airspace right now. Let me just also get you that video before I take us back across to Kamaljeet. The video that's coming from Rawalpindi, from the Noor Khan airbase shot by locals. Just take a look at this video.
और एक गाड़ी बड़ी गलत गुजरी है, बच गई, शुक्र है। जब गिरा ना, आग लगी, गाड़ी गुजर गई एक। मैंने भी सोचा, मैं कहा नहीं यार, तो बड़ा रिस्क है। नहीं यार, शायद स्पीड में हुआ हो। ये उल्टा है, यहाँ पे मेरे सामने उल्टा है। तेजी होके उलट गया है, वो तेजी से निकला है। और एक गाड़ी बड़ी गलत गुजरी है, बच गई, शुक्र है। जब गिरा ना, आग लगी, गाड़ी गुजर गई एक। मैंने भी सोचा, मैं कहा नहीं यार, तो बड़ा रिस्क है। नहीं यार, शायद स्पीड में हुआ हो। ये उल्टा है, यहाँ पे मेरे सामने उल्टा है। तेजी होके उलट गया है, वो तेजी से निकला है। और एक गाड़ी बड़ी गलत गुजरी है, बच गई, शुक्र है। जब गिरा ना, आग लगी, गाड़ी गुजर गई एक। मैंने भी सोचा, मैं कहा नहीं यार, तो बड़ा रिस्क है। नहीं यार, शायद स्पीड में हुआ हो। ये उल्टा है, यहाँ पे मेरे सामने उल्टा है। तेजी होके उलट गया है, वो तेजी से निकला है।
So that's a video from Rawalpindi, from the Noor Khan Air Base that was shot by locals, which we've also verified as true here on India Today. It shows really the impact of the strikes in Rawalpindi. We've got images from Rawalpindi, from Lahore, and also from Jhang province, which is where the Rafiji Air Base has been targeted. So these are the images that we have right now. The latest update that I just got you is that Pakistan has issued a notum and shut off its airspace for all type of traffic. Imagine the step that India had taken days ago to ensure safety of our civilians, to ensure there's no possibility of any sort of civilian aircraft movement along the sensitive parts of the country. That step that we had taken days ago, now finally, after Pakistan air bases have been hit, you're seeing Pakistan close off its airspace and therefore protect its civilians. I want to remind you that Pakistan clearly hasn't done this for the protection of its citizens, but to protect the Pakistan army, to protect the Pakistan Air Force, because these are the people who essentially call the shots in Pakistan. So for their own safety, they've now closed off the airspace when previously they actually used civilian aircraft as a shield to ensure the IAF doesn't do exactly this. They were worried about this happening. The images on your screens of massive counter strikes, drone strikes, some suggesting ballistic missiles fired at Pakistani air bases. Still details right now coming in at this point of the kind of damage that's been inflicted by India. But Kamalji, very clearly, I want to highlight this for our viewers because it's important that while Pakistan targets civilian establishments, you look at the videos on our screens, all of these are from different air bases, military setups. We maintain, come what may, we will not target civilian setups.
Well, definitely so, and that is why a message has been sent across, and that is why the air bases are the ones, because they are the ones which have been causing provocation. They are the ones which have been not just launching missiles, they have also been the ones which have been sending these aggressive drones. But what we know is multiple loud occasions have been heard from different air bases, and this is where what we know is the Peak Air Base in Jhang, which is in Punjab province. There is also information coming in that this is definite Noor Khan Air Base in Islamabad is the one which also what we know is that multiple strikes have been done. And remember the provocation coming in because this is Pakistan's attempt in an aggressive fashion, and a notum has been issued. And this is where what we know is from our sources is that multiple blasts have been heard, and I remember there has been certain confirmation coming in from across the border with DGIS talking about the Noor Khan Air Base, Murid Air Base, and Khurkad Air Base, which is currently under attack. So this is where huge information coming in that the Noor Khan Air Base in Rawalpindi has been majorly impacted. But this is also where Pakistan has now issued a notum. That means no flights will be carried on. Earlier, what we saw a strategy was civilian flights were being carried close to the borders in an effort to stop India from doing any sort of an action. But clearly, the provocation has been coming in. We do have some reports that India's hinterland has also reported explosion. But remember, we are awaiting a final confirmation on details as to when and where this has really happened. But this is a clear provocation coming in and a huge escalation between India and Pakistan.